Welcome back to Family Still Matters. I'm Deborah. Every young person thinks they know how to handle themselves when they go out. But the truth is, most of them have never been taught the basics, the simple, practical things that used to be passed down from grandmothers to mothers and elders who actually knew how the world worked. And if no one has ever sat you down and told you these things, this video is for you. So let's talk about real safety rules that nobody is teaching young people anymore, and why knowing them could be the difference between coming home safe and becoming someone's victim. If you're naive to the streets, you are exactly the person predators are looking for. Not because you're weak, but because you're unaware. And that unawareness can cost your safety, your dignity, and in some cases, your life. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to do with your drink, how to read the people around you, and how to recognize a dangerous situation before it becomes one. These are practical tools you can use tonight if you go out. They cost you nothing, and they could protect you from something you will never fully recover from. Proverbs 27:12 says, "A prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. The simpleton goes blindly on and suffer the consequences." That verse is what this entire video is about. And if you think this doesn't apply to you because you only hang out around good people, that's exactly what I thought too at 19 years old, right before everything went wrong. You've probably heard, don't take drinks from strangers, but nobody tells you the full rule. The full rule is this: if you walk away from your drink, even for 2 seconds, even to just use the bathroom, even at a table full of friends, do not drink out of it when you come back. Order another drink. The drink is done. Throw it away. Here's why this matters more than people realize. It doesn't take long to drop something into a cup. It doesn't require a stranger. It can happen at your own table with people you came with while you were standing 10 feet away. And if someone has bad intentions, they are counting on you being too trusting, too relaxed, or too embarrassed to say anything. Some people will even tell you that you're being paranoid. And that's exactly what someone would say if they didn't want you thinking clearly. There's also another thing to watch. If someone hands you a sealed bottle of water, flip it upside down before you drink it. Check the cap for teeny holes. It sounds extreme, but drinks have been injected through the cap and resealed. We've seen it. Uber drivers do it to people. My grandmother knew this. Now you do too. My grandmother taught it to me. Now I'm teaching it to you. And that was long before Ubers, long before all of this modern stuff. Wisdom is timeless. Wisdom is way ahead of its time. And this one habit puts you back in control. You stop being an easy target the moment you stop leaving doors open for people to walk through. The payoff here is a simple one habit. Never return to an unattended drink. Removes one of the most common ways people get drugged. It costs you nothing except $1 for a new drink. It only costs you, the new drink is worth purchasing. That's a small cost to pay for somebody putting something in a drink that could destroy you or even poison you. But knowing what to do with your drink is only part of it. Who you're with matters just as much. My 4 closest friends and I were all students at the same business school years ago. We were young, focused on education, and just looking to have some innocent fun. We met a young woman our age through school, and we welcomed her into our circle. She seemed exciting. She had her own apartment, her own car, money to spend, and we were impressed. We thought she was just ahead of us. What we didn't know is that she had been living in the streets since she was 14, deep in a world we knew absolutely nothing about. She didn't pull us into her world by force. She did it with her lifestyle that looked like freedom and success. And we walked right in. We were easy targets. That night, her boyfriend showed up at her apartment with what we thought just marijuana. We were curious. None of us were smoked marijuana, but we were willing to try it. What we didn't know was that it had been laced with another substance. Every one of us was affected. We were hallucinating, paranoid, afraid, in a way none of us had ever experienced. The next day, I had cuts on me that I didn't even know how I got them. After that night, all 5 of us made the same decision without even having to discuss it. We cut ties with that young woman completely. We ignored her at school, always had an excuse why we couldn't go out, we didn't want to ride with her. We always had our own ride from that point on. We realized she wasn't just living a different life. She was connected to dangerous people, involved in the drug trade, and our naivety made us easy targets. Easy targets to test out your drugs on these unexpected young women. We were just, lab rats who really had lives and were real people. So this tells you these people in this world, they don't care about you. They don't have a capacity to care about no one but themselves. We could have all had experiences that we could have never come back from. Some young people go on one hallucinogenic trip, and never get their minds right ever again. Yet, we were students. She was surviving in a world that had no regard for our safety or our futures. When you learn to read people instead of just trusting them, you stop being naive and start being protected. And that's not paranoia. That is wisdom. And wisdom is what keeps you free. The payoff is this. A flashy lifestyle is not a character reference. Learning to look past what impresses you and ask who someone really is. That skill could save you from a night that changes everything. Knowing who your friends really are leads directly to the next thing. Knowing where you should and shouldn't be. We ended up at her apartment that night because we were excited. She had space. She had freedom. It felt like a grown-up night. 19-year-old, you living at home. It feels good seeing somebody. Back then, it wasn't common, a young person at our age having your own place. Because we were taught, you stay home till you get married, then you move out. None of us stopped to ask the right questions. Who else might show up? What does her boyfriend actually do? Why is an older man, nearly 15 or 20 years older than her, coming by late at night with something for a group of teenagers to try? We didn't ask those questions because we didn't know we were supposed to. We were good kids from good homes, and we assumed that the people around us had the same intentions we did, but they didn't. Here's what I want you to understand. A person who means well will not be offended if you take your time before going to their space. They won't pressure you. They won't make you feel like you're missing out. Pressure and excitement are tools. They're used to move you fast before your good sense catches up. If you feel rushed into a situation, a location, a substance, a decision, that feeling is data. Data. Use it. You have the right to slow down. You have the right to say no. And the moment you start exercising that right, you become a lot harder to take advantage of. And the benefit is this: slow down, and asking basic questions before you go somewhere new is not paranoia. It's wisdom that used to be common sense. And it will keep you out of rooms you were never supposed to be in. You deserve to go out and enjoy your life. I believe in that. You deserve to have friends and make memories. But you also deserve to come home safe every single time. These rules make that possible. This channel exists to protect families, to speak truth plainly, and to warn where warning is needed, without apology or without compromise. Family still matters because the safety and future of you and your children matter more. If this video gave you something real to hold on to, subscribe, leave a thoughtful comment, and share it with someone that may need to hear it. And I've left a few links in the description of this video that you may want to view, showing what happens when you leave a drink unattended. I'm Deborah. May the Lord continue to richly bless you. And this is Family Still Matters. God bless.